It's this wonderful, loving, caring energy that could care less of how you come to this event, just that you're coming with an open heart, an open mind, and love.
It's June, which means it's Pride Month. Pride is a moment of celebration for the LGBTQ+ community, celebrating their identities and visibility. Lancaster City had its first Pride Festival in 2008. It was put on by an organization called Lancaster Pride. Now, more than 15 years later, the organization is planning for one of its biggest events yet. Hello, I'm your host, Julia Bischoff, and welcome to LNP Lancaster Online podcasts. This week, I wanted to find out what's changing at the Lancaster Pride event this year and learn more about some trends and barriers faced by the LGBTQ+ community. I caught up with the head of the local Pride operation to learn more.
This is my name, Lindsey Key, she, her pronouns. I am the president of Lancaster Pride.
Lindsey invited me to her home in Lidditz to tell me more about what's in store for Pride this year. It's happening on Saturday, June 28th at the Lancaster County Convention Center and out on Vine Street in Lancaster City. Lindsey told me there's plenty of fun events, including their headliner, Heidi in Closet. She's a drag queen, and you might know her from her appearance on RuPaul's Drag Race.
We're going to have Pride. We're going to have it out in the streets. We're going to be there. We are here for you. Because it's free, I'm expecting a lot more people and so hopefully more connections. But there's still tons and tons of vendors and entertainment of all sorts. We're going to have a silent disco there. So definitely check that out. We have Heidi in the Closet, meet and greet tickets and everything that you can purchase.
As we reclined in the fresh June heat talking about all the plans for this year, dogs barked, cars hummed by, and Lindsey waved to neighbors as they walked past. And Lindsey says that welcoming energy is just another thing people can expect at this year's festival.
It's a way to show that the community, you have that support. It's a way for the community to connect, build relationships, understand, meet people.
Community is a theme that links each festival together year to year. But if you're heading out the door for the event this year, Lindsey says there are some changes to be aware of.
There's a bit of construction going on at the convention center, so our routes to get around the festival are changing slightly. And, different performers, different lineups, different vendors.
The festival is growing year after year.
Our current festival director's been, this is his 5th festival. He's been doing it since we were at the stadium.
She's talking about festival director Craig Kazda.
And to see when he started having just around 2,000 people 5 years ago to around 8,000 last year, I mean, it just shows that, one, there's an interest for this scale of event for Lancaster County and the surrounding areas, but also that the community's growing, which is exciting, and I'm glad that we're able to provide that safe space.
Those changes have extended beyond Pride itself. In February, Lancaster Pride's board voted to oust its previous president after an internal audit and investigation revealed financial violations. Lindsey took over in March, but she had been on the board since 2023, serving as director of marketing and then vice president. She told me that the change in leadership meant shifting around positions, but it also gave its volunteer staff a new energy.
That didn't stop that festival planning, but, it spurred some energy, I think, to rethink on how we've grown and how each of us brings to the community a different aspect of ourselves.
It also means they did a little rebranding as an organization and within the festival this year, establishing new areas of emphasis.
And what we're trying to do really is expand our offerings and capabilities for the community. So we have brand new pillars to help guide us in that, such as finding, resources, sharing resources. I truly believe, if we can educate each other, we can come to a better understanding of who we are. Another pillar we have is community. We're really trying to also build that consistency, especially during these times, to really have something that's on a regular basis that you can go and attend and meet people.
Besides the pillars, a new historical aspect is being added to the festival.
The whole theme this year is really owning our history, looking back at what other people in the community have done to get us here. That's why also we're on June 28th, Stonewall, and trying to bring a little remembrance during this time as well, because unfortunately, until we hopefully have a safer place, it's tough for the community and individuals that are out there in all aspects.
Pride grew out of the Stonewall uprisings in 1969. At the time, in New York City where this happened, police could shut down and raid places serving alcohol in disorderly places. Places that hosted gay people were automatically considered disorderly by police. Stonewall Inn was one of those gay bars where LGBTQ+ people could dance, drink, and gather. That June, when police officers raided the inn, it quickly escalated to a riot that lasted 6 days. At one point, the riot was 2,000 strong. It then morphed into a symbol of resistance. Those chants you are hearing are from the Christopher Street Liberation Day, which happened the very next June in New York City. It was filmed and compiled into a documentary at the Library of Congress. Similar marches took place in other major cities, and in the following years, it eventually became the Pride festivals we now know. But Lindsey says that the Owning Our History theme of this year's Lancaster Pride event is more than just looking back. It's also about looking to the future, too.
It's very important to us to have that reflection point, but we're also making history, right? And so owning your history today, you attending these events, you owning your history of making that leap or making that connection with someone and starting your journeys.
Even with eyes on the future, the community continues to face barriers and challenges. Right now, certain Pennsylvania hospitals are ending gender-affirming care treatments, for example, and organizations like Lancaster LGBTQ+ Coalition that would have connected people to these resources have been disbanded or changed.
It's an unfortunate part that the coalition has been dissolved in a sense or closed down.
But Lindsey says it's all the more reason for Lancaster Pride to act as a hub connecting people to those resources.
It kind of thrusted us a little bit more into a bit more limelight, and that's where we're trying to pick up some of those pieces. We're working on building more and more as much as we can, where I believe we just got approved for some funding so we can start hiring some staff as well and paying for some of that. So as we look to build that, hopefully we can incorporate or help others that might want to start up a nonprofit and help the community and be like, hey, here's the needs, here's those pieces.
Despite these challenges, some aspects of Pride remain unchanged. One is the feeling the event instills in those who attend. Lindsey told me that's a combination of emotions.
This love, this passion, this freedom to just let go of all the potential stipulations of anyone's thinking and just be.
There's also another point Lindsey kept coming back to, which is that everyone is different, but Pride is about celebrating those differences.
And we all come in a variety pack. That's not it's not just basic water. We all come in many flavors and shapes.
Thanks for listening to this episode of LNP Lancaster Online podcasts. You can find more information on volunteering and the Pride event at the organization's website, lancasterpride.org. Be sure to subscribe to LNP Lancaster Online podcasts wherever you stream them, and stay tuned for more episodes like this. As always, you can check Lancaster Online for even more.
You have mentioned your drink metaphor. What drink would you be? I feel like I have to ask you.
Oh, jeez. Oh.
I'm sorry to put you on the spot.
Now you have to make me think. I mean, there's so many out there. I love them all, I love coffee, and you can have it in so many different ways. I'd say I'm coffee because, it's very basic, but it can be, turned up anytime. What would your drink be?
Ooh.
I'm going to throw it back at you.
That's a tough one. That's a really tough one. Now I understand the position that I've put you in. See, I want to say it would probably be something like fruity and refreshing. I think I would be ginger beer.